the greatest 4x4 driver that's ever lived. I think I'm stuck. Welcome to the launch of the new Renault Duster for 2025. We're down here in the beautiful Cape Winelands in the Western Cape right over here. We just went past Stellenbosch now, so we are heading off to Wellington to go and see what the Duster is made of. We're right now in the 4x4 mild hybrid variant, which has been making its rounds in advertising and all that, and all the promotional material for this vehicle. So that's what this vehicle is all about. It's the same old Duster, very good car, but all the more better. So we'll chat quickly about the styling for this vehicle. So the Renault Duster, when it first came in, was a bit more of a softer styled crossover SUV when it was released like in the early 2010s. And that was really when crossover SUVs were taking prominence. Now it's a little bit bolder, a bit more assertive, a bit tenacious, if you will, especially when you consider that this vehicle is best preferred off the beaten path, but really good in an urban environment as well. Some notable styling features are in the front of the car, for example, whole new front end. You get a large air dam, you get this LED Y pattern inside the headlights, and then in between those you get the Renault lettering, which is pretty popular amongst the off-road vehicles that you see nowadays. You just see the lettering instead of just a badge nowadays. But speaking of badge, actually, for this vehicle, this is one of the first vehicles in the Renault range to use the new Renault badging, the diamond, if you will. Moving along the side, you get the classic body cladding. You also get front and rear skid plates. So one styling element you'll see on the Duster is this sort of sustainable material called Starkle. And Starkle basically is this recycled material that enters the exterior parts for this vehicle. So you'll see it maybe on the body cladding. There's a little bit of sparkle on the plastic parts of the vehicle and such. And it aids into that whole sustainable approach of the new Duster. Depending on which variant you get, you can either have 17-inch or 18-inch wheels. We have the 18-inch on these ones, which we are on the 4x4 mild hybrid variant. Looks pretty nice, I must reckon. Down on the C-pillar, you see these C-shaped lights, as well as these flush rear door handles. And from what you can see from the 4x4 model, in front, the bumper is shaved off a little bit just to help with the approach angle, which we will get jiggy with a little bit later in the Atlantis Dunes, which I'm pretty excited for, and also the gravel section we are going to be approaching relatively soon. Overall, the Duster is just a little bit more rugged. It's more muscular. And like I said in the beginning, it's a rather tenacious looking vehicle. It looks really nice. It's a very good evolution. You even have this Defender-esque exterior trim piece on the front fender, which also incorporates the Duster model name. So in the interior of the Duster, because this vehicle is meant to be utilized, well, it has to be hardy. So there's a lot of harder plastic in this interior, but then also there's some good sustainable material here as well. So they're steering away from more animal-derived leather in the form of leatherette, and also some of the plastics and all that as well. There is some recycled material too. And this is the thing with sustainable materials. I don't mind sustainable materials at all, provided, one, it's done good, and two, it's durable. Those are the two most important features. And I think the Duster does it fairly well. There's this TEP microcloud material, which basically makes the Duster have a washable interior. So that's pretty cool if you're going to be getting jiggy in the rough stuff. So it makes this car immensely easier to clean. So unfortunately, yes, you do get harder plastics in and around the cabin, but inside, complementing the NVH of this vehicle, it's not rattly. It doesn't feel like it's a cocoon of just plastic and all that in between. It's actually a pleasant place to be in this interior. You got these ergonomic seats with this very nice fabric material. At least we have this in the Zen mild hybrid variant. The Intense gets a mix of suede and leatherette. And another thing I have to compliment with this interior is that it's rather driver focused. I mean, the infotainment and the climate controls and such, they're angled towards the driver. And even this 6-speed shift over here, yes, this is a 6-speed manual. I like the way this gear knob feels, and then also just the shift action as well. All the switch gear, all the touch points of the interior just feel nice to interact with the Duster. And even though this is just first impressions in this launch vehicle, I mean, we're driving on the open road right now, it's very comfy in here. NVH is pretty minimal, so I think what they've done on the handling front with this CMFB platform is done pretty nicely. Speaking of the CMFB platform, legroom, headroom, and so much more, there's oodles of it in this cabin. Your rear occupants are going to be happy, your front occupants are going to be pretty happy too. Look, I'm a 175 centimeter man. Yes, we do have a significant amount of headroom, and the seat is angled a bit higher just so I can see over the bonnet and such. And yeah, I think it does that fairly decently. Okay, now we have to get to one of the biggest things, which is the powertrain of the Duster. Well, what powertrain's on offer actually? So, in the 4x2 variants, you get a 1.3 liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine, makes 113 kilowatts and 250 Newton meters. And that is paired to an EDC transmission, which is basically a Renault's 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And then in the mild hybrid variant over here, we have 96 kilowatts and 230 Newton meters from the 1.2 liter 3-cylinder engine. And this is paired with a 6-speed manual. And some people would think that, wait, hang on, why wouldn't this be paired with an EDC? Well, in the bid to make this car a bit more driver focused, Renault decided that, you know what, let's pair it with the 6-speed and see how everyone fares with it. And from the gleanings from the business presentation now that, look, an EDC is in the talks for the foreseeable future, but we're going to have to wait and see for that. Handling wise with the Duster, you do get tuned anti-roll bars and a slightly stiffer chassis with this CMFB platform that they've based this vehicle on. So it's a bit more optimized for off-road, and then also with the urban uses like what we're doing right now, even though we're pretty much in the open road, you get a comfortable cabin, and also the way the suspension is tuned and such, it's rather comfortable. The primary ride as well as the secondary ride for this vehicle, it strikes a very lovely balance. Especially when you're going on those longer road journeys where, yes, there's going to be a few more rougher roads, maybe some smooth ones in between, and the Duster fares really well in that respect. Like, we're going to see a little bit later just how this vehicle fares on the gravel as well as the upcoming dunes and that, but right now, just on the open road, it's very compliant, especially even in urban settings as well. It's also got that French curb appeal as well. So how does this engine feel exactly? Well, the mild hybrid system here, it's a 48-volt system, and it serves more as a performance assistance system. So getting on the throttle now, we're getting up to 100 k's an hour on this open road. That is the speed limit there. It doesn't feel labored. This engine is rather perky, and I think this hybrid system complements the setup rather nicely. The 6-speed manual, it's a bit notchy, and getting used to the clutch upon first impressions drives go, it's a little bit, how do I put this? Something you have to get used to, in a sense. I do like the notchiness of the shifter. I mean, even downshifting now, it's easy to rev match this vehicle, get it up to speed, and then just roll through the gears. The controls are very light in this. The steering feel is very light. The clutch is extremely light as well. I would like a little bit more feedback from the clutch. Makes it a little bit easier to balance fine biting points and such. But if you're going to be driving this on the daily, then I think you'll find this rather comfortable to drive. I would like slightly heavier steering. We'll see how it feels on the rough stuff in the dunes, but that's one addition I quite like. And yes, I must address the elephant in the room. What's going on with the 1.5 DCI? 2 words for you: Euro regulations and Euro emissions as well. 4 to 5 words, let me just put it like that. So because of that, unfortunately, the 1.5 DCI unit had a bit of a demise, unfortunately. So you're not going to see that in this vehicle, but you're going to see more eco-driven drivetrains with this, such as the 1.3 liter turbocharged units in the 4x2s and this mild hybrid unit as well. Yeah, so I think I've commented enough on the on-road experience, so let's head on over to some gravel and let's go and attack some dunes, why don't we? See you in a bit. Welcome to the off-road section of this, well, gentle off-road if you will. So what are we dealing with here in the 4x4 variant of the Duster? Well, for a starter, with ground clearance, we've got 217 millimeters off of the floor, at about 209 for the 4x2 variant. And when we're looking at approach and departure angles, you're looking at 31 degrees for the approach and 36 degrees for the departure angle. Now the departure angle is increased for the 4x4 variant as evidenced by the pushed in front bumper versus the 4x2 variant where the front bumper chin sort of comes out a little bit more. So how does it handle on the off-road? Well, this is where the Duster shines pretty much. A lot of that compliance that you see on road also reflects on the off-road as well, and you can feel, especially with the tuned sway bars, there's a great amount of stability in the vehicle. I mean, even just sliding around on the rougher stuff now, it felt confidence inspiring. And yeah, the Duster lives up to its namesake over here because it's also kicking up a little bit of dust behind us. So yeah, the Duster finds itself at home here, I can say for certain. Let's go up on this hill, downshift to third. Let the turbo kick in, let the hybrid battery do its work. Like, this is nice to drive on the, well, off the beaten path actually. I would like a few more turns though. I want to see how this feels as a rally focused vehicle actually. Yeah, sorry to the residents of Wellington for kicking up a lot of dust, but it's for research purposes, you know, for the people. For the public watching this channel, if you're liking this sort of thing, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, please. Thank you. But yeah, I think it's about time to get up on the dunes, so let's see what the Duster is capable of there. See you in a bit. Yeah, we're tuning it up at the Atlantis Dunes. There's some particularly soft sand here, but we're using road tires just in this instance, but we have decreased the tire pressures down to 0.8 bar. And the settings that we're using at the moment is we turned off the traction control and the stability control, and we put the vehicle in off-road mode, which has the four-wheel drive lock. So this is not differential lock based. It's more of a computerized setup. Ooh, it wants to slide a little bit there. And this is my first time driving on the dunes, so don't expect me to be the best four-wheel driver in the world. The greatest 4x4 driver that's ever lived. I feel like a Dakar rally driver. Except I'm not. You be the judges of that. As the greatest 4x4 driver that's ever lived, with googly eyes on his hat, you know this man is serious. I think I'm stuck. Okay, the call of shame. Thank you. I'm stuck. Green car. I caused this. I caused this. Am I proud of myself? Not really. The thing is, yeah, it's dug itself in, so.
Just go back for me, straight back.
Straight back, okay. My confidence is back. Okay, let's tone it down a bit. Reserved, yes. Okay, we are doing the final dune. This is my redemption arc. Going over that hill, right over there. I think if I can get over this without getting stuck, then I'll be happy and I can wrap up this video. Okay, spin it. And I've done it. Well, there's another one there. So I think this is probably a good time to wrap up this video. So if you enjoy this sort of content, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another AutoTrader SA video. And if you'd like any more adventure videos like this, please let us know in the comment section below. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all around soon, and the rest of the team too. Thank you very much. See ya.